so each of these cafes, I partnered with the best coffee roaster
Mm,
that I could find.
mhm.
So in Berkeley it was Blue Bottle,
Yeah.
and coffee in San Francisco it was four barrel.
Okay.
So but I'm also learning. I'm buying coffee from them
Mhm.
at a premium,
So, yeah,
right?
you're seeing what these prices are
I'm
and you
seeing what the
seeing
prices
what your
are.
margins are in your business, you like, "Mm."
Right, and I mean, that's like our after labor, that was our biggest bill,
Mhm.
and it's like, and I'm buying coffee from the Caribbean, from Africa, from Central America. I'm like, hold on,
Hmm.
I've been to these places,
Yeah.
you know, um, I and I would love to sort of cut out the middleman. So
Mm.
I was like, all right, what are these guys doing?
Yeah.
What does it take to do that? Um,
How'd you, like, learn, like, the ins and outs of that? Was it just, like, online research, or were you talking to certain people?
yeah, all the above, all the above. I mean, you want to become, and pick up a whole new skill, a whole new industry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes it all. And there's not, you know, a uh, a necessarily obvious path
Mhm.
to do that,
Yeah.
right? So open up one cafe, second cafe. All right, I need to start roasting my own damn coffee. Cut these cats out, because half of it I knew, half of it was the quality of roasting the coffee. But the other half, really the bigger half, was
Mhm.
the brand that
Mm.
those roasters had
Had built up.
developed,
Yeah.
and that's why people, especially at that time, that was sort
Mhm.
of at the beginning of the sort of so-called third wave of coffee.
Okay.
Um, so, people would be like, "Oh, you have that blue bottle that are coming in for that."
Right.
Oh, 4 barrel, they're coming in for that. Means so that was a sign. I was like, "All
Right.
right,
It was like the badge, like, it's like when you think
yeah."
about,
And these people don't,
clothing or
yeah,
whatever,
and
right?
they may or may not know.
May not know. They just know that that's a trusted
Yes.
brand item. And so, take me back to third wave. So what is considered like third wave coffee, right? Like what is that?
Yeah, so, first of all, that was sort of it was named that later, right, in
Okay.
retrospect.
Okay.
At the beginning in 2004, 5, 2006, that term didn't exist, but really it was referring to roasting coffee, a little lighter roast. It's the latte art, it's the
Mm,
connection to the origin,
mm,
it's sort of, roasting coffee to its sort of natural sweetness, its own
mm.
peak. And, if you have a blend, you're going to roast this coffee to its optimum, roast the other coffee to its optimum, and then blend it afterwards.
Yeah.
It's the single origin. So it's just a sort of another level of respect and sort
Mhm.
of artisanal kind of care
Care.
that went into the coffee roasting.
Yeah.
Now, so that was, and these were some of the best companies. So
Right.
so the bar was very high. Right? So, like, all right, now I gotta get in. Not I mean, I had to at least
Yeah,
match
yeah.
that,
Match that quality,
right?
right?
So, how where it came from there was like, all right, I wanna do this, but I need a places to develop my skills.
Right.
So I built out a little garden sort of room,
Mhm.
little, basement room in my house, little garage that kind of faced my garden. Transformed it, put sheetrock and put some plumbing, and had a little loan from friends and family.
Mhm.
Got 20 grand,
Wow.
um, 10 up front and 10
10
that was on a credit card. So I spent the 10,000 to sort of build out that room, which I
Right.
called the coffee dojo.
Okay. Okay.
And then I had $10,000 on this credit card that I could use to buy coffee and
Coffee.
supplies.
Okay.
Um, so I built this place out, bought a little roaster, a grinder, a water boiler,
Had you
and
used any of those before?
uh, to brew coffee. So I had
To brew it.
training brewing coffee, pulling espresso,
Mhm.
tasting coffee. So I had, so I had a sort of a walking start,
Yeah.
right? So I was familiar with trying to discern flavors. But there's one thing to sort of dial in a shot of espresso, and is it too bitter? Is it too flat? Is it
Mm.
too, whatever, over extracted or under extracted? Now, you have to sort of take the same coffee, roast it with 30-second increments,
Hmm.
and be able to discern the difference,
Mhm.
to know where you want it to go and what adjustments you
Yes.
have to do. So that's not, a simple thing,
No.
you know. I suppose I could have hired somebody, but this was the beginning.
No, this is
So
the beginning. You wanted to be hands-on, you wanted to learn, fully
yeah,
understand what you were getting
that's right.
involved in,
That's right.
right?
Otherwise I'd be that kid at the store, like, how much you got? Here's my money. How much,
Yeah.
go, you take how
Take
much it costs.
right.
I didn't want to be, I needed to understand that. So I just trained and practiced. And there was a, cafe I would go to sometimes, in Oakland. This, Ethiopian sister named Gigi had this coffee shop, and she roasted her own coffee.
Huh.
But it wasn't in one of these big, steampunk, vintage
What
roasters.
was she using?
She had a hot plate, a wok, and a paddle. And I walked in there one time, and the smoke just billowing out the door. I was like, is it a fire? And she's back there like tossing.
Just going.
And one small batch. And really it was that moment that demystified the whole process. I was like, it wasn't, sort of competitive coffee,
Mhm.
but it did sort of break down how straightforward the process is.